Greetings and salutations. Haven't made a video in a while, and this is off the cuff, so it's not gonna be as structured as they normally are. I also did this whole thing in one take, forgot that I had my microphone muted, so now I have to do it again. But in short, we had a conversation on the jam called regarding partially what do you do when your fast slash gets blocked, what options do you have, and let's address that one first. So if your fast slash gets blocked, you have, generally speaking, 4 things you can do. You have do nothing, perfectly fine, you're -2, you're far away, you're safe. You have 2D, which in turn you can special cancel, you can instant air dash from it, or whatever. You have any Bakushu special, right? And then you have the last thing, which is the instant air dash, right? To rebuy your pressure. And that leads into the second topic, which was asked today, and it's basically when do I instant air dash in pressure with jam? And the short answer is, of course, that it depends, right? Because here's the thing. If your opponent is throwing out an anti-air option, like in Kai's case a 6P or a 2H, it doesn't matter what you're doing here, you're going to eat shit. And this made me think a bit back when I was playing more actively that I never really thought about when I would instant air dash. I would just do it. And can't blame me because all jam players share one brain cell. But that made me realize that probably a lot of jam players, especially new jam players, don't really think about this, and they just do stuff, and then they eat an anti-air counter hit and they die. So I thought about talking about this. So when should you go for some instant air dash option to rebuy pressure? Well, you have to give him a reason not to look for it, right? And what do I mean by that? Well, you have to show him that you have other options, because if he's going for something like a 6P or a 2H, so slow buttons, generally speaking, right? And instead of instant air dashing, you do a hyappo, or maybe you do a hamonkyaku, right? Or maybe even a mawarikomi to go up and do stuff, right? You're showing him that there are other options, and these options are going to stuff your slower buttons. And, maybe these options are slow. Like, any cancel from Bakushu is slow, so you can get stuffed out of those, right? But the point is that if he wants to stuff like this, or this, or this, he has to go for faster options, right? And all these things, in turn, would lose to this. Or maybe not that, because it would not hit, he would be crouching. But it would definitely lose to this, right? So you have to show him that you have other options except the instant air dash. You have to give him a reason to block low, or a reason why he has to mash to block some other stuff. Because if you have not shown him these options, these Bakushu options, or this, or whatever it is you do, right? If you haven't shown him these things, there is zero reason for him not to just wait for you to start instant air dash in, and then he's gonna hit 2H, counter hit you, and take half your life bar. So the short answer to when should you instant air dash in pressure? Only after you have shown him that you possess other tools that will beat his options to beat your instant air dash. When you have overloaded his mental stack with this stuff, then you can start to slip in instant air dashes. Because if you only do instant air dashes, you're gonna get countered every time. By a decent player, that is. I hope that answered the question of when should you instant air dash in pressure. Now go out there and train.